Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Alicia's Monday Morning DMs. I typically only check my messages on Monday mornings because I get so many, so Monday mornings become quite entertaining when I'm reading through all of the wonderful messages that I get from men on the internet. So I wanted to share a lot of these with you all because they're pretty entertaining. I want to start vlogging for many reasons. I have a lot of subjects I want to talk about as time goes on. But the first one I want to do is calling out some of these people and putting them on blast for sending me these messages. I'm not going to name anybody personally because I'm not interested in getting sued. However, it's pretty funny to read some of these, and I want to talk a little bit about what women actually want to hear from men on the internet when I'm done sharing these with you. So this first one was the one that gave me the inspiration to start sharing these messages with you all. This one came from a 19-year-old young man who's only a few years older than my oldest son, and I would kick all of my son's asses if they ever talk to women like this in person or on the internet. So this little boy was probably never mothered correctly. He says to me, I wouldn't mind sliding my cock into your DMs, then sliding it into your guts. Do you want to see it? No, honey, I don't want to see your penis. Do not talk to women like this on the internet. It's not okay. This next one says, you look like a good mom. I was like, oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, I really try to be a good mom. I feel like it's the only thing I have figured out in this life. So I told him thank you, and then he says, are you a horny mommy? No, I'm not. I'm tired. I'm a very tired mommy. The next few are pretty hilarious. This one guy says, hey, Alicia, I have a very important question for you. Okay, I probably have an answer. Do you prefer lace or cotton underwear? This next one, this guy asked me what my favorite drink from Starbucks is, and here I thought I was going to maybe be blessed with a Starbucks drink during my day. No. He asked me what I like from Starbucks, and I told him, and then he responds with, you're going to need a wheelchair when I'm done with you. What does that have to do with Starbucks? And how did we switch between those two? This next guy was getting pretty angry that I wasn't responding to his messages, so he says, no wonder you're single. Like, oh, my feelings are so hurt right now. And he says, I have a big dick, you're missing out. Oh gosh, I'm a small person and I don't want to have to be in a wheelchair like the last guy said. So sorry. These next few came to my business accounts. I own a car detailing business, so as you can imagine, there's a lot of sexual innuendos when it comes to detailing water and wetness, and apparently I can polish cars like I can polish knobs, but this guy told me I can detail his dick. Only if you're paying me, buddy. This other guy says, I saw you out. Where? I don't really do anything. Where do you people see me? That happens to me a lot. Anyways, he says, I saw you out and I can't stop thinking about how I want to drown my face in your ass. Oh. This other guy says, you work really hard. I do, yes. Thank you for noticing. He says, I bet you're really tired at the end of your day, huh? Yes, I am, actually. He says, well, that's too bad because I'm just looking to fuck. Okay. This next one that I want to share actually came from a customer, which is rather creepy. I don't like doing mobile details for this reason, so I try to keep those to a minimum because I don't want to be kidnapped. So this guy messaged me after I left his house after slaving away on his vehicles. He said to me, I was watching you in my camera the whole time you were working because I couldn't take my eyes off your ass. Do you want to go to dinner? No, I don't. Had you left out the disgusting things you were doing, then I absolutely would have gone to dinner with you. But here we are, you're ghosted, and I'm talking about you on the internet. Maybe you should set a good example for your darling daughter that you have that I was lucky enough to meet. Ugh. This next one came from somebody that I've known for about 4 years. This poor guy. He kept trying to get me to hook up with him, and I kept rejecting him because that's not what I want for my life right now. I'm looking for a husband. Anyways, after years of rejection, he tried one last time. He says, "Can we just get this out of the way?" Okay. We just need to do this. And if we can, you need to stop by the store to pick up a plan B before coming over so we can have sex without a condom. Oh my God. What? What? Who does that work on? I'm not here to get into a Roe versus Wade debate, nor am I going to debate science and religion. However, there is nothing sexy about unfertilizing a fertilized embryo in the name of unprotected sex. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work for me. I don't know who that would work on. The rest of the messages that I get are unsolicited, penis pictures that I never ask for, that I never insinuate at all. And I get a lot of odd requests. Guys asking me to paint my toes on camera, or eat cake at 2 in the morning on camera, or brush my teeth on camera. And I just get really confused the more that time goes on. I'm around men about 90% of the time, and I understand you less and less as these years go on. I was in relationships with people who ignored me 24/7, yet there's men on the internet who want to pay me to chew my gum. So it really doesn't make any sense. I have roughly 15,000 followers between my personal and business accounts on different platforms on social media, and out of all of those followers, there has only been one man who figured out how to talk to me appropriately, and eventually I was meeting him in person. So with that being said, he didn't really necessarily go above and beyond either. He wasn't wowing me with fancy cars or smooth words. He was asking me simple things. Hi, how are you? Oh, you have kids. Oh, you're into cars, and making connections with me on common interests. So it's really not that hard to not be a pig on the internet. So we as a society, I feel like we've become conditioned to poor behavior. We seem to accept less and less of not only ourselves, but other people. And that's really paving the way for people, who end up in less than ideal situations. We are so used to getting garbage that we may settle for somebody who's less than ideal. And that person's probably crazy or abusive or many other things that you don't want to deal with. But because they were nice for 5 minutes, we just think they're better than everybody else. So we're really settling for less than good when we should be, striving towards great. But that's a whole other blog. I just wanted to talk about these disgusting messages that I get from men. So lesson learned here today. Stop sending disgusting things to women on the internet, and do not send dick pictures unless she asks for them. I know there's plenty of women out there who are into that, and when you're in a relationship, that kind of stuff is exciting and fun, but when you are a stranger talking to another stranger on the internet, you should refrain from sending pictures of your penis. I cannot tell you how many times I have explicitly told a man not to send me a picture of his penis. I do online dating, unfortunately, so I can see when these pictures are coming. They're like, hey, do you want to see something? Guess what mood I'm in right now? And you send it even when I say not to. And then you think you're being sneaky when you try to send it to me, inside of a towel or your hand or behind the door. Yes, that happened. It's not okay. Stop doing it. So, This is my first episode. I'm going to continue to save all of these lovely messages that I get, and I will compile them into other episodes for you all to read and laugh along with me. And I plan on vlogging about some other different subjects. I have a lot to talk about. I am raising three boys, and I have businesses, and I, have lived life. I've had relationships, and I've also had some pretty dark stuff happen. So some of my vlogs are going to be, funny and not funny, and some are going to be probably pretty crazy. So if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. And I look forward to talking to you all.